Hey YouTube, this here is my 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. And if you've been following me, if you subscribe, you've seen me done a lot of things on this Jeep. We've added lights on the front, fog lights, LED lights. We've added a new radio backup camera, lifted it, brake job, and just a whole bunch of stuff. Today what we're gonna do is add factory style fog lights to the front bumper. This here is the model without factory fog lights. So we're gonna have to make some modifications to this Jeep. It's a little bit windy out here today, so I'm gonna take this into the garage to actually get it done. So let's get to it. Let's start adding the fog lights. There are three main things you need to add fog lights to one of these Jeeps that didn't come with them from the factory. First thing is you need a set of the fog lamps. This here is a set that I got off of Amazon for like 35 or 40 bucks or something like that. You also need a light stock that has the fog lights on it, the fog light controls on it. And since I replaced this this light stock when I added the automatic headlamps to this Jeep, and I'll put a link to into the description below. That's the second thing you need. Right behind this panel here are relays. You also need a fog lamp relay. This Jeep already. To get these fog lamps mounted securely in this hole here, there's a few things that we must do. We gotta cut these, like I guess these are little grates or little non-functional vents that occupy the hole. We gotta cut that out. Alternatively, we could buy a bumper skin that has the holes already in place, but those come with some buckets on the back, and the buckets allow the fog lamps to slide in and allow them to bolt in with those two 10mm nuts and bolts in there. Since we don't have that in this, I'm just gonna cut these out here and try to fabricate some sort of bracket. You could go to a junkyard and actually cut the buckets out of our bumper if you could find it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna try to fabricate something out of aluminum before I actually go hacking this bumper to pieces. When this fog lamp slides into the bumper, there's a sleeve that on the OEM bumper that is meant for the fog lights. There's a sleeve that comes along the side of this thing, or a bucket, and it has holes for these here to tighten up. Since I don't have that, and I'm gonna cut a hole in the bumper, it's gonna leave a little bit of a lip here on the bumper, so when this slides in, there's something to hold on. I'm gonna fabricate a aluminum bracket that goes down this way, so when you tighten up on this knot, it presses up against that little piece of the bumper that remains after I cut it out, and hold it snugly in place. Alternatively, I could just epoxy this into place, and that might work too. But just in case I need to remove it, okay, I'm just gonna fabricate a piece of aluminum to actually fit. I'm gonna start on this side first, and I'm just gonna take a couple of measurements. That is going down this side, and it should be pretty similar on this side. Yep, 3 5/8 on that side is about 1/4 inch. This is how I'm gonna bend this and cut it. That should be the piece that I need to actually make a bracket that goes over this. If it works, great. If not, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna put a 1/4 inch hole in here. All right, so that kind of fits almost perfectly there. On this side, I'm gonna be using a little thicker piece of aluminum, simply because on this side, I was going down both sides. Here, because of this curve on this fog lamp, I'm only gonna go down this one side. So one side, a little 1/2 inch lip, and a little piece right here. Let's proceed to the Jeep now. I'm gonna bring the Jeep in the garage because it's a little bit windy outside, or maybe I might just do it out there. Let's go see how it is. And all right, so here goes nothing. That's one. Three. All right, let's test fit that fog lamp in there. Now this fog lamp has the protective film still on it. Oh, and look at that. That fits up in there. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Let's get out under here and pull the pre-wire out, okay? Now, as far as I know, all these Jeep WJs, they pre-wired for fogs. So it's just a matter of getting up in there, finding it and pulling it out. One of the things that I noticed about this Jeep is that the inner fender lining, the plastic rivets, they're all gone. So we're gonna have to replace those too. But that works to my advantage a little bit. Hopefully you could see up in there. That's the plug for the the fog light. I just gotta unclip it and bring it out. There you can see it right there, there's the clip. That here is the power supply for the fog light. I just need to unclip it as if I'm normally unclipping something. And use that to plug the fog light up. Fog light. All right, so here it is. That's the connector for the fog light. Now with the amount of room I have back there, I should be able to just reach back there and get these little brackets in place. I'm gonna pull this wheel well back apart, and you can see the back of the fog lamp there. Hopefully you can see it. I'm just gonna put those two brackets in. I can't do this and hold the camera at the same time. So the next time you see this, the bracket should be on. All right, so there's the back of this thing with those two pieces of aluminum as the bracket. I tightened them down as tight as I could get. And as you could tell from the front, that's not really going anywhere. One of the problems with my Jeep was the rivets that hold this inner fender lining, they're gone. So I'm just gonna put a couple new ones in there while I'm at it. Just gotta get this back behind there and pop some plastic rivets in there. I got these from the Lowe's. Each side takes 3, hopefully they fit. I'm not sure if they're made for this vehicle, but they're the screw type, so I could just put them in and screw them in and see if they fit. And they should hold tight. See if they hold. Let's see. Yeah, it seems to hold. Let's just do the other two now. 1, 2. Now we got 3 of them on this side. We got the fog on the front. Before I pull the plastic off, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and just repeat what I just did. All right, here's the same brackets on the passenger side fog lamp. And let's go ahead and cut those little pieces off and do the same thing like we did on the driver's side. Fits perfectly. Yep, fits perfectly nice and tight too, actually tighter than the other side. Now just like the driver's side, the line and the rivets from the wheel well lining is off of this one. So I should be able to reach up in there, unplug the wiring harness, and just slip this in just like I did on the other side. So since you already saw the driver's side, I'm not gonna show you the passenger side, I'm just gonna do it, and it should be easy peasy. All right, there's a little bit of a shadow here because it's in the middle of the day now, but you could see the front fog's mounted. Last thing left to do now is to plug the relay in, which I already did some time ago when I had that panel off, but I'm gonna take it off and show you where the relay goes. Then we just have to take this panel off. There's a screw here and 4 10mm bolts, so you could just do two 10mm bolts and 2 more screws. The screws are up under this panel here. You get the 10mm bolts, you pull that cover off, and there's one, there's the other one, and then there's 2 more in here. All right, this knee panel out the way. Let's see, right up in here are the relays. This one in the upper left-hand corner, I think that is the one that is the, this one here. In the upper left-hand corner, I think that is the fog lamp relay. I put that in some time ago in anticipation of doing this, but that's where it is. Let's go ahead and put this knee panel back together, bolt everything up, and test these fog lamps out. All right, so here's the moment of truth. Let's start this thing up. Okay, let's turn the headlights on. Headlights on, as you can see here, headlights on. Pull this thing on to turn the fogs on. You can just about see it on the dash, right under the brake light, that the fog light indicator is on. Let's go out around the front and see if the fog light's on. It's bright daylight, but you can see them, they're on. Now the only thing left to do is see how they look at nighttime. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.